Good morning. I would like to share with you some information. A few days ago, we had locked my uncle Howard Jr., Howard Jr. Roberts. He's deceased now in this lifestyle package, in this lifeline lineage. But there are other lifestyle packages he has. And, well, a few nights ago, or a few days ago, a few mornings ago, well, first I want to point out, look at my Aztec calendar here. I got, here you just kind of readjust this. We used to have one of these long ago when we were living in our old house. And you just kind of readjust this window to what date it is. And you have to align the month with the year it is. And then I also want to point out that I got a brass bumblebee here. See my brass bumblebee? I'm mentioning these items here for a reason. And here's a golden citrine bonsai tree. Okay, with this brass bumblebee here, that morning we had locked my Uncle Howard Jr., who's still alive in other lifestyle packages and lifelines, okay? We had locked him into the perfect square. It's taken us a long time to do that. But finally we did. We locked him perfectly into a perfect square. Several squares have to do with this. One other such square, the Mormon Temple Square in Salt Lake City, has to do with this. It really is a special square there. But anyways, a part of solving things about the world wars is locking people squarely. We lock them into a perfect square perfectly. There was something about Howard Jr. that we have needed to solve for a long time. Okay? Now, we locked him into a perfect square a few days ago, and this has very great meaning. Now, last night, we had a dip, and Uncle Howard was locked into terminology. He was taken into terminology. Okay, that means kind of a hostage with terms, okay? Meanwhile, it's important to have in perspective that this whole biological family that I am a part of is a part of terminology. See, I had other parents. Zacharias and Jeannie were my other mom and dad. Some people came along and said, you can't be in this family anymore. We're going to take you, Taffy, into terminology. My grandma, Margaret Sanders Roberts, was among the people who did. So was my Uncle Howard Jr., okay? They took me into terminology the way they did. By and by, other people came in, entered their lives and said, no, Margaret, Howard, you can't just do that. I'm going to take you into terminology also. I'm going to be a relative making terms with you, okay? And then other people joined our biological family also. Said, no, you can't just do that. I'm going to take you into terminology. Okay, so this biological family that I have has everything to do with me. If I wasn't taken into terminology, we would not be a biological family at all. Conception, pregnancy, and birth and child raising variables considered, okay? But that's what it is, okay? So this whole biological family that we have is in terminology. So when I'm mentioning this other situation, see, we just had a dip last night, and Howard Jr. was taken into terminology. That's something to consider. Terminology is just a part of life during an archon, okay? There's hostage variables that vary. See, when Margaret, my grandma, said you can't be in that family, there's some variable about that that is a hostage, okay? But it's not the same kind of hostage as other situations. But it is a category that is. It's terminology, okay? Other people made terms with grandma, and other people made terms with those people, etc. Okay, so last night we had a dip. There's a timeline. We're going to write my birthday here. I just like to use my birthday for a reason. And then here's our present, 2022. Okay, and we had a dip. Okay, let's 4000 BC here. There's a reason why I'm drawing it in a chart. It's not just a linear timeline. Okay, and then we had a dip. Okay, here's present. We got to go beyond it. See, here's present. And then we had a dip. The past, the chronological past, fluxed and changed. Okay? Here we have a great hangar. See, I've drawn a hangar here. And, you know, airplanes fly in here, and then they exit, or they fly, and then they drive in here. This is a great airplane, passenger airplane with many levels on it. Many floors of passenger seating. It's a domestic airplane. It was within this hangar in the chronological past that just fluxed and changed that Howard Jr. was taken into terminology. Okay, so this really changed a lot of things. And a milieu, a pattern, whenever we have several dips, okay, and then because we do, there's these patterns among them, okay? This, when Howard was taken into terminology here, it really affects a pattern, okay, of what has been happening. So it's very, very important. Okay, so but once again, the square that we locked him into a few days prior to this is very perfect. And we have been needing to do so for a long, long, long time. So we are singing Alleluia. It's so rejoiceful. Amen.